Hello everyone, this is Teacher Joanna again, and actually this morning I came across one grammar question on Facebook again, okay? And they are asking, or someone was asking about the difference between hear and listen. And many people actually have the same questions too. So let's study the differences. Okay, before we study the meanings, let's focus first on the grammar part or the structure. Okay, first let's have here. Here is actually a transitive verb. Okay, so we already talked about that before. Watch my first video if you want to actually know more about transitive verbs. So for transitive verbs, it needs an object after that, right? Okay, so the pattern would be subject plus verb plus the object. And there are two kinds of object. One which is answerable by who or which answers the question who, and the other one answers the question what. Okay, so let's have an example. For example, the sentence I heard who Germain. Okay, right. So the subject is I, the verb is heard, and the object is actually Germain, which answers the question who. That is the object of the sentence, okay? And then I heard the news, okay? So in this case, it answers the question what, and that's also the object of the sentence, okay? Now let's go to the verb listen. Listen is actually an intransitive verb, okay? So it's a different kind of verb, right? An intransitive verb, okay, doesn't have any object after that. It can stand alone. Okay, so the pattern would be just like the subject and then plus the verb. Okay, for example, I listened. Okay, that's it, right? I listened. Okay, so that's the thing. It's grammatically accepted already. So you can even put an adverb. For example, I listened attentively, right? It answers how, right? So you can say like that. Okay, you can add adverbs after that. But what if I want also to write, okay, I want also to use who. I listened, Jermaine. Is it correct? No. Because remember that we need to have a transitive verb, okay? And like what I've said, listen is actually an intransitive verb, okay? Before we talk about one conversion that a preposition can make, it can convert a noun into an adverb, okay, which was discussed in my first video again. So watch it. Now, for this case, we have an intransitive verb. Another conversion that the preposition can make is actually it can convert an intransitive verb to a transitive verb, right? So VI plus preposition is like math, okay? Equals VT or transitive. Therefore, we can have an object after that, okay? So this will become SVO. Now, let's talk about that. What preposition should we put, okay? We can put the preposition to. So the verb now is actually listen to. So remember that, okay? Whenever we use here, okay, don't forget this, okay? Let's compare the two. Whenever we use them, we use actually like here plus something or someone, right? Okay, for example, I heard something, the news. I heard someone, Zermaine. Okay, now for this case, if you want to use that with something or someone too, you have to use like listen plus to. It's very important to use to plus something or someone. Okay, so let's have an example. Okay, so for who, I listened to Jermaine. Okay, that's the only difference. It has two, right? Okay, and then the other one is what? Okay, so we use like I heard the news, so we can say as well, I listened to the news. Okay, now so that's the difference with regard grammar. Now let's move on to the meanings. Okay, now whenever you use here, okay, the meaning is that okay, it's not intentional, right? So you can hear something that you don't really want to hear. Okay, for example, I heard the loud noise. Okay, so not intentionally. Okay, so not intentionally, you can hear that. I heard the loud noise. I didn't want to hear it, but I had no choice. It's too loud. Okay, but whenever you use like listen, okay, for the meaning, okay, the meaning of listen is to actually you focus on something or you pay attention to something, right? You pay attention to something, to sound. Okay, for example, I listened to the news, right? So in this case, if you say I heard the news, I just heard it. Probably like I was sitting on the like in the office, and then suddenly there's a radio. So I suddenly heard the news without intentionally wanting to hear it. But if I say I listen to the radio, I focus on the or to the news, I focus on the news. I wanted to know what the news was, so that is the difference. Okay, so I hope it helps. For tomorrow's lesson, we're gonna focus more on the verb here with other prepositions connected to it, like hear about and others. Okay, so for now, that will be all. I hope this helps. I'm gonna post this on the one who asked the question again this morning, so that he or she can also like know the answer. Okay, and don't forget to like, comment, and also share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's keep on studying English grammar the fun and easy way. Have a good night. I have a class actually at 9:30. Bye bye.